It's 2 days before the Memorial Day weekend is about to start. We have on the calendar a trip to Sequoia National Park for a week of camping, stress-free living in the beauty of the hills and the mountains and the big trees of Sequoia. But will we go?
The way Ford designed those, unfortunately, it does have issues. I'll let you know shortly if everything's covered.
So we had a check engine light on our truck, which is a Ford F250 Super Duty, and we took it in almost 2 days ago, and we have been getting messages sparsely that it is the diesel particulate filter that could be the problem. And we had some oil leakage, so we had them check that out too. So we are looking at hopefully the coverage is going to cover all that. We don't know. We're just trying to figure out what is going on. In the meantime, we have a trip planned and we just don't know. We need our truck. So DPF is a system that was developed in 2007 in response to some EPA regulations that were passed in our Congress. And this system is designed to filter out large particulates that come out through the diesel exhaust system and trap them. And then eventually, as these are trapped in this filter, there's language within the computer, within the truck that says, now it's time to burn all this off. And then it goes, it gets burned off and it doesn't go into the environment and you've saved the environment, which I get. I understand that. This system apparently is wrought with problems and all across the board, because they have this system in all diesel motors. And there's some that are worse than others, but apparently there's always a problem with them. This system costs from $3,000, depending on what vehicle you own, from $3,000 to $14,000 to replace. Our truck only has less than 11,000 miles on it. So what the heck? What happened? We learned that there's a certain way to drive the truck in order to get this system to burn off all this soot and everything that's caught in this filter. It's called regeneration. Yeah, you have to drive it on the highway for at least 30 to 40 minutes in order for this regeneration to kick in, is what I'm understanding. Yeah. We do a lot of city driving. We do long hauls when we take our trips, but apparently periodically at certain intervals, you need to be driving the truck on a highway for at least 30 to 40 minutes in order to get this thing to regenerate and burn off all the soot.
So if things were going normal, and we have been doing this, is getting our items ready to take on our trip. So we're getting stuff ready by the front door of our house to put in our truck, but we don't have our truck. It's sitting at the Ford dealership. We have no idea when we're going to get it back.
They are very aware that we have a trip, and so the oil problem, apparently we can drive on that and it won't be a problem. But the DPF is a different type of situation, and he's trying to figure out if we can drive on that.
Yeah, so hopefully in the next few hours we'll know if we can go hitch up the truck to the trailer tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll be exploring plan Bs, which may include anything from grabbing our tent, and then I have to call Sequoia National Park to see if I can put a tent on an RV site, which is what we have booked, all the way to not going at all, and hopefully that doesn't happen. But
I'd rather go with tent.
But this has been a bit of a surprise. So waiting to see what happens. Standing by the phone, waiting for Ford to call us back.
Yep.
So obviously everything is covered. I did talk to my service manager, and he said, hey, as a precaution, we're going to replace the sensors as well. So we are going to order those, and obviously that's covered as well.
Okay.
And we're not even going to try to regenerate it.
Okay.
We already checked with Ford. We can just go ahead and order it, and we'll be fine. I did talk to him about drivability and so on, and they basically both said, hey, you should not be clogged to the point of losing power or anything like that. We'll call you once it's here, and we'll go from there.
Okay. So Eddie just called from Ford. They are going to completely replace the DPF, the Diesel Particulate Filter, which he says is a $4,200 part, but it's under warranty. Thank you, God. Because the code that comes up when they're doing diagnostic is that it has to be completely replaced. So they're not going to even try to clean it or regenerate it because of the code that is coming up. There's some sensors that they're replacing that's also special ordered. So according to Ford, it is drivable. They will probably clear the code so we don't have the check engine light glaring at us as we're driving up to the Sequoias. But it looks like we're going to be able to get the truck, get our trailer, and drive up to Sequoias.
Yay! We're going on vacation! Woohoo!
Well, I'm here to pick up my truck, which has nothing done to it except diagnostics, to be told that I can drive it and bring it back to be fixed later. We're going to drive it all the way up Sequoias and then over to Rockland and then from there home. So it's a lot of driving. We're hoping it's going to be fine. They said it'll be fine.
Okay. Go get your car.
I'm going to go get my car, my truck. See ya.
So that was our saga with the diesel particulate filter. We've since got our truck back, and what do we know?
We know that it's extremely expensive. It is also something that there's a particular type of driving that you can do that can help, hopefully, that will not let this happen to you, hopefully. But the city driving and the stop and the going is particularly hard on this system. So you have to at least, we figured like once a week, right?
Yeah.
Drive it at least 30 minutes, 40 minutes without stopping on a highway.
It's kind of ironic because my understanding is this thing is supposed to kind of like help the environment, but in order for us to help the environment, we actually have to drive the truck more than we've been driving it.
Yes. They had to actually replace the entire system, and that is a very expensive fix. The part itself costs $5,000, and now you're going to add on the labor. It was pretty pricey.
Yeah. So I mean, at this point, we have the truck back, but we had a learning moment because when we were shopping for a truck and having the discussion about diesel or gas, we never heard about this DPF thing. So that is an issue, at least on the current model trucks. So
yeah. And we believe it's federal regulations. So it's all across the states, all across the United States.
Yeah. So just sharing our experience with you. If you're in the market for a truck and trying to make that decision, just know that this might be one of the things that you bump into, and it's better to know that before you get into, making your decision. At least you go into it with more information.
Yeah.
So
also YouTube, because we got some information off of YouTubing some other folks, particular mechanics that were talking about this, so that was really helpful. Also, the sensors might be a problem, and it's a big deal.
Yeah,
it's a big deal.
Yeah. So hopefully that's some useful information. If this information helped you, go ahead and hit the like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you on future videos coming back at you from the places where we go.
I always want to do that. Okay.